Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear my voice? Can you hear the sound of the bass? All right. So, who can hear me? Who can hear me? Who can hear me? Hello. right, so let's wait for others to join. So that when we start, we've started. All right. So if you're hearing my voice and if you're hearing the bass, also I want you to identify in the comment section. All right. So let's know how good the sound is and if we should start. All right. So I need you to identify in the comment section if you're hearing the bass and if you're hearing my voice also. Okay. As we wait for others to join. Okay. Marcus is Chukwu. Um, Thank you for responding. Let me start with you. Actually, is there anything you want us to talk about that is, a little bit out of context of why we came here? If there's anything you want me to teach you or to show you, because you are here, because of your, you know, just quickly drop it in the comment section so that I'll do it before we start. We are going to, we may be long in this life, so just get ready for, you know, So I'm waiting. I'm waiting, please. Let's be fast. All right. Akos is a chupu. Okay. Yes, I can see your response. You said, I am a beginner. I like your fingering. How do you place them when running scales? Now, it depends on the scale um, you want to run. This fretting finger, that's your left finger. It depends on the scale. For instance, you want to play the major scale, and uh, you have to use, there are different ways to play the major scale. I don't know if you're using the four strings or the five strings or the six string. Okay, so but for, let's assume this is a four string bass guitar, so we exclude this number one, this C, this C, and this B. All right, so meanwhile, my bass is tuned a whole step down. You know, if you're used to my contents, you always hear me say it that I tuned my bass a whole step down, meaning that uh, I'm not using standard tuning. You know, standard tuning for C strings is B E A D G C. That's B for the C strings, E for the fifth strings, A for the fourth strings, D for the third strings, G for the second strings, and then C for the first strings. All right, that's E A D G. Sorry, B E A D G C. That's for the C string. So if you exclude um, the C, that's the lightest strings, and the deepest strings, you know, it will now it will now be um, four strings. It will remain, it will be, the only strings remaining will be four strings. Okay, so meaning it's just EADG for four strings. Okay, you said you're using five strings. Perfect. So you only have to exclude the C strings on my bass guitar. All right, making it BEADG. But for my tuning, I'm using um, a whole step down tune, meaning it will now be A D. Are you getting me? ADG. Are you getting me? Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. So it will now be A D G C F. Right? A D G C F. That's for for my whole step down tuning. All right. So the reason why I'm saying this is because so in case if you're looking at my finger position and it doesn't look as yours, I hope you have your bass guitar there with you already, because we'll be showing a lot, we'll be exposing a lot tonight. All right. If you're just joining, I welcome you to my life. All right. I will I will encourage you to stay, and I will advise you to stay so that you grab every bit of this life. Okay, so if you don't have your bass handy, you can get your bass guitar and get your writing materials. All right. So you asked a question. I am a beginner. I like your fingering. How do you place them when running your scales? All right. So like I was saying, um, so if you are to play the major scale with the first finger position, already this is your first finger, your fretting finger. This is your first finger. This is your second finger. This is your third finger, and this is your fourth finger. In other words, this is your index finger, this is your middle finger, this is your ring finger, and this is your pinky finger. All right. You will hear some of these bass tutorial to bass teachers, yes, bass tutors. You know, you will hear them make mention of fretting finger. When you hear fretting finger, it means this hand. When you hear your plucking finger, it means this hand. Now, the number of the fingers I already told you. This is the first finger, this is the second finger, this is the third finger, and this is the fourth finger. All right. So already, if you are to play C major, actually this is your C. in your standard tune. This place, this dot here is called fret marker. Fret marker. This is your fret. This iron-like stops here. This is your fret. Why this is your fret marker? So the first fret marker marks your C note. All right, on the on your A strings. All right, which is this. This is your A strings. If for your five strings, right? So this is E A, your A strings. This is your C, your Do on C. All right. So if you are to play the major scale, the in this finger position, okay, you'll be using the middle finger to place on this note. Followed other strings, other fingers will now cover up. You see how I place my hand? The middle finger is covering the fret marker of that C. Like I'm using the middle finger or any key you want to play the major scale on. Let's assume this is your D in your standard tune B. So the fret marker will just cover the Do, while the index finger already is behind the middle finger. So it will take care of whatever notes you're going to play here. While this middle finger will take care of whatever notes you're going to play within this region. And your ring finger is going to take care of whatever notes you're going to play within this region. While your pinky finger is going to take over whatever notes you're going to play here. All right. So if you're joining me once again, I welcome you to your life, to the life. Try as much as possible to encourage others to join and let them know um, what they are missing. All right. So, yes. So, let me now play the major scale. Let me show you what I mean. Marcus is Chukwu. I'm doing this because you are one of those that came here and you became active already. All right. So, this is what I mean. I'm playing C now, even though it looks as if I'm playing D. Okay, so you won't be confused. I already told you that um, my bass is tuned a whole step down. All right, I hope you are getting me. If you are getting me, I want to be seeing your response. If you are joining and you are getting what I'm saying, I want to be seeing your responses on the um, comment box. All right, so and also don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, the like button, to like what we are doing. All right, so if I'm to play the major scale, already I've placed my fingers in that manner that I told you. Okay, so these four fingers are already covering two um, spaces in between the frets. Do you get? Can you see it? Can you see it? All right. So if I want to play the um, major scale now, first of all, so we go. Like I told you, this hand will take care of whatever this note that is, whatever note that we played here. So, all right, the next note should be do, should be re, which each falls in the space of this where this finger is functioning, this pinky finger. Do you get? So, okay, the next note is me, which falls in where the index finger is functioning. All right, followed by the next note, followed by pinky finger, followed by the ring finger. So the work of the ring finger in this first position of playing the major scale only falls in the seventh note. All right. So all right. Do you get it now? So I'll be touching different notes within this region. I will not go out of here. So in whatever place, I'll just play something um, on the on Ionian mode, which is the first mode. That's your major scale. No, but I won't be playing it a in line. Like, I don't know how to explain this. I'll just be playing different notes. It won't be um, it won't be simultaneous. I'll just be touching different notes. You know. So as you can see, at whatever point I want to play any note that falls in here, I'll use this pinky finger. At whatever point I want to play any note that falls in this area, I'll use this index finger. All right. Exactly, sequentially. I won't be playing it sequentially. So, did I answer your question, Marcos Izochukwu? I don't know. Did I answer your question? So, I just used the major scale as an instance. So, whatever scale that you are learning now is up to you. Okay, now the major scale. If I want to play the minor scale, now I'm playing C minor. That's C natural minor with this hand position. Now, see the difference now. The C major, I started it with the middle finger, while the C minor, I'm about to start it with the index finger. All right. All right. So you see what I'm doing? Did you notice the difference? So I'm playing C minor with different finger position. This is the first finger position that will start with the ring finger, middle finger. You now you have to stretch your hand. This is the second finger. All right. So another quick question that I can respond to. Is there another quick question that I can respond to? Okay. Someone said, "Good evening, sir. Please, I would like you to talk more on chords, coding, in bass playing." Go on with your question. I'm listening. Okay, please go on. Using mood to master your fretboards. Okay, first of all, you know what modes are? Do you know? Okay, you see the exercise I just did. You can do this exercise, you know, within an octave like this. All right, this is for the Aeolian Ionian mode. Ionian, and this is for so in a particular key, you play all the modes. You do an exercise on all the modes, playing them, you know, um, sequentially. Okay, so the Ionian mode, the Dorian mode, the Frisian mode. So what I just did, I did C Ionian, then I'm doing now C Dorian. What does it mean? It means that now your C, you're now playing in contest, you are playing B flat major, but you are starting your scale on the second degree from second degree to the second degree. Do you get? This is for Dorian now, all right? So for Ionian, now for Dorian, you assume you're now playing B flat major, you know, your major scale, but you're starting on the second degree, meaning you should start like this is your B flat. Do you get? Are you understanding what I'm doing? Okay. If you understand it, let me go on. All right. So we're in Dorian now. So in Phrygian, you still do the same thing. Now, C Phrygian mode in contest is just like when you're playing A flat major scale, but you're starting your scale on the third degree, which is me from me to me. All right. Me. All right. Now let's play from me to me on A flat. Mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, re, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi. Do you get? So this is your C Phrygian mode. All right. Let's go back again. C Ionian. This is your do to do on C major, and then C Dorian. This is your re to re on B flat major. C Phrygian. This is your do to do on A flat major or G sharp major. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, re, do, ti, la, so, fa. Do you get? Do you understand? Okay. If do, do you understand what I'm? If you're not understanding, let me. Or if I'm showing you what you already know, or that's not what you're asking, please let me know. All right. So so that we'll know whether we should continue or we should. We don't, we've not done the main thing that brought us here. So let's quickly finish this and we'll go straight into the main reason why we came here. Okay, I should go on. I should go on. All right. So okay, for the fourth mode, you know, which is your Mixolydian, or sorry, Lydian, your Lydian mode, which is the fourth degree. So C Lydian is just as if you're playing far to far on G, on key G. All right, this is your key G. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa. All right. So your C Lydian now is just like when you are playing from far to far on key G. You know, I'm trying to explain to you the connection between these modes to keys, to different keys. All right. So it's now when you assume you're playing from far to far. This is your C Lydian. It looks a little bit similar to Ionian, which is the first degree, which is like from do to do on key C. But the difference is in the sharpening of the fourth, where you your normal re, mi, fa, but in Lydian mode is now fa, sol, la, ti, do. So the fa is now sharpened in your Lydian. That's the only difference between Ionian and Lydian mode. Ionian, Lydian. Do you get it? Do you understand? This thing I'm showing you now is the easiest way to understand these modes and practice them. All right, this is like the easiest way to understand them and practice them. Okay, Should I let me finish up first? No. So for the fifth degree, um, it's just like when fifth degree, which is fifth mode, which is your mixolydian mode, just like when you're playing saw to saw. Now we are still using C as reference, key C. C is very natural, so it's easier to understand some of these musical theories on key C. You know, but we are still going to mention some other abstract keys. So C mixolydian is just like when you're playing saw to saw on key. What key is key C? What key is saw on key C? Am I asking the question correctly? Okay, what key is okay? Your saw on key. Okay, if C is saw on a particular key, what key is that? If C is saw on a particular key, what key is that? I said if C is saw on a particular key, that's if C is the dominant of a particular key, what key is that? What's the tonic of that key? The answer is okay. Let's check. This is C. So la ti this F. Exactly. Someone just got it. Someone said F. So all right, exactly. You just got it. F. Okay. So edit some of you that already said other keys. Just quickly edit it and put F so that people will not catch your. Don't mind me. So C mixolydian is just like playing saw to saw on what key now? Key F. All right. So let's go. So la ti do re mi fa so. All right. So it looks similar to the Ionian mode or even the um, yes, the Ionian mode. The only difference is the flattening of the seventh. The seventh is flattened, right? The Ionian mode, which is the do to do, is do re mi fa sol la ti do. But the Mixolydian mode now is do re mi or sol la ti sol la ti do re mi fa sol. So this is now flattened to this. I hope you understand. But your do to do is, but in your Mixolydian is, which is your sol to sol. Mi fa sol la ti do. Mi fa sol la ti do. Do you get? Or la ti do la do do. All right. Are you still getting me? Are you still get? If you are getting what we are doing, yes. Are you still getting me? All right. So the next mode, which is the Aeolian mode, which is the sixth mode. Another question: if your C is the sixth degree or is the submediant of a particular key, what key is that? If C is the sixth degree of a particular key, what key is that? If C is the submediant of a particular key, what key is that? Exactly. The key is D sharp or E flat. That's enharmonic equivalent notes. All right. So let's now play C, um, Aeol- Aeolian mode, which should sound like from La to La. All right. So La, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. Do you get? Are you understanding? Okay. So the last one, which is the Locrian mode, okay, which is from T to T. So if C is the T of is the T or the seventh degree of a particular note of a particular key, what key is that? If C is the seventh degree of a particular key, what key is that? Yeah, the answer is C sharp. Yes, the answer is C sharp. So from T to T is T, do, T, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, sol, la, re, do, ti. So this is your Locrian mode. This is your Locrian mode. I like the way you guys are following, and I hope you are learning something. So for Joseph that asked the question, so if you want to do an exercise, want to test your brain with the modes, you can. All right. this type of exercise. I'm not used to these exercises. Some of these things I teach you, I'm not used to, practicing them. But when you learn them, it's going to help you. If you can play moods and play out of context, now you sabi. Now you sabi. If you can play carry Frisia mode and put in this thing in Ionian mode, now you sabi. Okay, so I'm just showing you an exercise that can help your musical IQ. When you are to play on the. There's another way to play it though. When you okay, so this is another way to play it, but um, a more challenging way to play it is the one I just did, where you have to stay in a particular key. Okay, so I go again. All right, um, so Joseph, did I do justice to your question? I don't know if I did justice to your question. So you can actually practice it. So, most especially when while practicing, please make sure you practice with the metronome because it's going to help you articulate whatever you are learning fast. Okay, it's going to help you get used to whatever you are learning quickly, and you will be able to monitor your growth, whether you are improving or not. If you're improving, you know you're improving. If you're not improving, you know you're not improving. Okay, so straight to the oral perception. Okay, so I already said one or two things on oral perception um, in the morning. So first of all, I said that oral perception in music is the ability to hear, identify, and understand music through listening. The first part is hearing, you hearing the music. When you are able to hear a particular music, it's the number one step, which all of us will pass because we are not deaf, except you are deaf. all right, except you don't hear. Okay, but because you can hear my voice, it means you've passed the first test of oral perception. And now coming to the second test, which is being able to identify what you are hearing. Okay, when which most of us also will pass, because as bass players, when you're hearing a music, you can identify this is the bass guitar, this is the keyboard, this is the piano, this is the drum, this is the voice. You are able to understand, which is the it's called timbre in music, timbre, which differentiates different texture of voices or sounds. You when you hear the sound of a goat, you will know. When you can differentiate the sound of a goat to the sound of a dog. You can differentiate the sound of a trumpet to the sound of a saxophone. Okay, so we passed the second test of identification. Now the third step is where the challenge is being able to understand. Okay, you've heard this thing. Do you understand what that instrument is doing or what is playing? That's where um, the skill of oral perception comes in. Okay, which is in two categories: recognizing pitches in a melody, and two, hearing the quality of chords. Right, identifying pitches in the melody. When you hear e oh, you can identify that the first one is low and the second one is up, or e. You can identify that the first one is up and the second one is low. Now, apart from identifying it, understanding that this is a particular note or this is a particular key, okay, then which moves higher into identifying chords. Okay, apart from identifying melodies, which consist of just one notes being played um, one after the other. Okay, now being able to identify chords when you hear them. Okay, so which we did a very quick exercise on interval. Okay, so are we there? Are we grasping what we are talking about? Are we grasping what we are talking about? Okay, are we there? Are you getting my point on the few things I've said concerning intervals? Okay, so with the few things I said, can you quickly, in summary, can you summarize what you heard, what you understand from the few things I said concerning the oral perception? Can you, quickly give us a kind of summary of what you learned, of what you understand in the comment section? Okay, like I said, it's going to take a little while. This we are out for this um for this tutorial, a live section. So it's going to give us room to, take our time and learn. All right. Okay, so I'm waiting. I'm waiting for your response. What did you understand from the few things I said concerning oral perception? What do you understand concerning it? Just share with us in a very short, sentence what you understand from the few things I shared. I don't know whether it's network that is delaying, you know, your responses. If you don't understand, just I'm not seeing any response. So if you don't understand, just you can still let me know. If you don't understand, you can still let me know. Because I'm not seeing any response. Or is it network? Okay, someone said everyone who can hear has oral perception. The ability to differentiate sounds in the form of pitches, timbre shows oral perception. Actually, everyone who can hear does not have oral perception because all these market people on the streets can hear. Most of them don't even know how the bass sound. What they just know is they just listen to music. They don't know how they can't differentiate between the drum and the voice. All they know is just they are dancing to the beat. They don't know what the bass line or the keyboard lines or the drum lines is talking about. Okay, so not everyone who can hear, but everyone who can hear has passed the first test of being able to perceive sound. First of all, you should have a hearing ear. Okay, so you've passed. If you can hear, you have the ability to, perceive sound. Oral perception. You are one step to oral perception. At least you can hear. Okay. Do you get the correction, Marcos? Okay. So now let's continue. Oral perception, it helps you become a better musician, a musician that is not just a bass player. You can learn and cram your bass line, um, and still not be skillful in oral perception. It helps you become a better musician to work with other musicians, other professional musicians. Wherein, okay, in a situation where if you can't perceive sounds, in a situation where there is a spontaneous creativity in music, where you are playing and someone said, okay, someone's the music director gives an instruction for everybody to play. If you can perceive and understand sound and interpret, if you can perceive and understand, you can interpret what you heard. Okay, so he just did on this scale. Imagine, assuming you are playing something like this. If you don't understand sound, you won't be able to calculate it and play it at the spot. Now, what? Okay, let me act as someone who understands now. Let's find another thing. Do you get such things? So if you don't perceive sound, that's one of the benefits. It helps you to um, analyze songs while listening. At the spot, you are analyzing it, you are getting it. It even helps you to create your own sound. Assuming you want to create a syncopation, it helps you know what you are doing musically and it just helps you become a better musician. So, a very quick exercise that we did in the morning is on interval. I already said in the morning that interval is the distance in pitch or between two notes. Yes, is the distance in pitch between two notes. Now we have the major interval, we have the minor interval, we have the um, augmented interval, and we have the perfect interval. Okay. Now in the seventh degree on C, in the seventh degree of a major scale, we have minor intervals, um, perfect intervals, and major intervals and augmented intervals. Now, for perfect intervals, we have perfect unison, which talks about the first note. Unison talks about the first note. That's your one. You understand it better when if two different instruments is playing this particular notes or this pitch simultaneously or consecutively, you know, meaning at the same time or one after the other, is known as perfect unison. Perfect unison. When two instruments is playing this note, particular note, do do on at the same time or one after the other is called perfect unison. Do you understand? Now we have the major second, which is when two instruments are playing do and re at the same time. At the same time, is known as major second or one after the other like this. I don't know if you're getting what I'm doing. This is at the same time. This is called perfect interval. So I'm clocking do and re at the same time, or one after the other. It's called major second interval. And then we have the major third. This is your first note, and this is your third note. So can you hear the sound? Do mi. That's playing it at the same time. Playing it one after the other. It's called major third. Okay. Um, and we have the perfect fourth, which is when two instruments are playing. One is playing um and the other is playing fa, right? You see? So this at the same time or one after the other is called perfect fourth. And we have the perfect fifth. This is when two instruments or the same instrument like I'm doing now is playing one and the fifth. It's called perfect fifth. And when two instruments is playing one and the sixth is called major sixth. Alright. The same way, major seventh, and then perfect octave. Write these things down. So we have the perfect unison, then major second, or the same time, then major third, perfect fourth, perfect fifth, major sixth, major seventh, then perfect octave. Alright. So these major intervals can still be minor intervals, meaning when it becomes minor, it's going to decrease by a semitone. Alright. A minor interval decreases the interval by a semitone. Alright. So already you have the first interval is the perfect unison. Alright. Looking for, okay, this is a typical example of a perfect unison. See how I stretched my hand for the do or on the A strings for standard tuning and the do on the E strings for standard. So it's do and do, same pitch. Okay. So the first one is perfect unison. So the second one, which is a major interval, which is a major second interval. If it decreases by a semitone, it becomes a minor second interval, minor second. All right. So this is your, so by semitone become do di do di, major second do re do re, minor second do di do di. The same way for the major third, minor third, major third, minor third, major third, minor third. Another major interval is the major sixth. Okay, so minor sixth, it will decrease by a semitone. It's minor sixth, major sixth, minor sixth. So another major interval is the major seventh. So minor seven tone to make it sound like this. Major seventh, minor seventh. All right. quickly, quickly, if you have been following, I don't know if you're understanding what I'm doing. I just have this feeling that you're not understanding. Please, if you're understanding, let me know so that uh, I'll have peace. Okay. So if you're understanding, or if you don't understand, just let me know in the comment section so that we know where you didn't understand. We'll run through again. We'll run it through again. Okay. So quickly, do you understand? And what do you understand from what I just showed you concerning intervals? So what about you? Are you lost too? Now you see that music is far beyond just playing bass lines. It goes deeper than these are major sixth and these are minor sixth. Okay. One more thing that I didn't mention, apart from the minor ones, we have augmented interval, right? Which works for perfect intervals. Okay, so when you augment, um, when you one perfect interval is perfect fourth, right? So this is your perfect fourth. Do fa, do fa. All right, do fa. Or when you augment it, it raises it by a semitone to make it sound do fi, do fi, do fi. All right. Another perfect interval is the perfect fifth, which is do so, do so. When it's been augmented, you will now raise the fifth a half step. All right. So with the number of people that I'm seeing viewing this, I want to know if you understand. If you understand what we are doing. Quickly let us know if you're understanding what we are doing. Or if you're not understanding, you can still let us know. Still let us know. I'm waiting. Okay, you can always come back to the life. So a quick exercise that you can do to help you with oral perception is to know how these intervals sounds like. You know, it's from intervals that you build chords like triads. From triads, you build tetrachords, right? That's where seventh chords enter. So first of all, you should first of all know how um uh your interval starts. Okay, your interval sounds when being played one after the other and when being played at the same time. That's consecutively and simultaneously. All right. So you can practice this exercise. So and I'm kind of playing a chromatic scale. You know, um, I'm trying to connect all the intervals from the perfect unism to the minor second to the major second to the minor third to the major third to the perfect fourth to the augmented fourth to the perfect fifth to the augmented fifth to the um, augmented fifth or minor sixth to the major sixth to the minor seventh to the major seventh, then to the perfect octave. Okay, to make it sound like this. Okay. So, but it won't just end by you, um, playing them. You have to sing along and sing in solfa. Do, di, do, re. All right. Do, di, do, re, do, mi, do, fa, do, fi, do, sol, do, si, do, la, do, do, ti, do, do. Okay, so but you have to practice this over and over and over and over and over and over again with a metronome. Remember, you must have to do them with a metronome um so that you it will be articulate and your playing will be consistent, and also you can be able to monitor your growth to know when you are improving. Okay, to know when you are improving. All right. So again. All right. So I think this is the basic exercise, basic exercise, basic exercise. Okay, so like I said, it's not just by playing them. Yes, it's good to play them over and over and hear them, but you have to sing them, sing the solfa, and not just singing the solfa. Master the um, number system and master the keys. Okay, for instance, this C. So C and C is perfect unism. C and C sharp is minor second. C and D is major second, C and E flat is minor third, C and E is major third, C and F is perfect fourth, C and F sharp is augmented fourth, C and G is perfect fifth, C and G sharp is augmented fifth or minor sixth, C and A is major sixth, C and B flat or A sharp is minor seventh, C and B is major seventh, C and C is perfect octave. All right. So any question of on what I've said so far, any question on what I've said so far. If you're just joining, you have a long live section that you have to stream, a very long one, a very long one. Okay. Any question on this? A quick question on this. All right. I'm still waiting for your questions. If you have questions on this, quickly drop your questions. Okay. Thank thank God that you understand. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. If you don't understand, feel free to let us know. If you don't understand, feel free to let us know so that I can take I can spare a little time to explain. Okay. Or even if you don't understand now, if you stream over and over again this same live stream, I think you will understand. I'm sure you understand. Okay, so like I said earlier, um, this is just the basic learning the intervals. Practicing the intervals and singing along. Um, but now is like I said, it's from the interval you get tryouts. That's three note chords. Now, when you are done with interval, we'll improve on practicing to hear chords, to hear chords. That's triad chords. From there, we'll improve to tetra chords, which is, seventh chord. We have the major seventh, the minor seventh, the diminished seventh, and the half diminished seventh chord. Okay, so in the absence of more questions, I think this is where we end our life. Okay, so I want to encourage you, take as much time as possible to practice and learn music theories. Anyone that you see anywhere grabs it. It's you might need it um, along the way uh, in your music career. So anywhere you see music theory like this that I'm sharing with you, grab it and run with it, browse it, research on it, okay, and practice. And remember, each time you're practicing, make sure you're practicing with the metronome. Make sure you're practicing with the metronome because with the metronome, you can be free enough to come down to your level of mastery. Assuming you're learning anything um, on the bass guitar and it seems difficult, use the metronome. Bring it down to the level that is comfortable for you. Dwell there, take your time till you master that level, then you improve it. So, meaning that the metronome helps you to monitor your growth, monitor your improvements in anything musical that you are doing. Okay, so that's it. Practice, carve out time to practice. You see that um bass player that you love so much, you can actually sound like them. Those your role models, you can actually sound as good as them if you bring out time and work with your instruments and work and practice on your instruments. You can actually become a very professional instrumentalist. Okay, so thank you once again for joining on this live. We'll see again. Um, when I announce on the group chat. Okay, so meaning if you're not on the group chat and you're seeing this live stream, kindly check the description of this post. You see the link to the WhatsApp group chat. Once you click it, it takes you into the WhatsApp group chat. All right. So thank you once again for joining my life. Remember that Jesus loves you, and apart from being a musician, Christ needs you to be a Christian, someone that can model his kind of life, someone that lives a life that is pleasing to his sight. Right. So make a decision today to desist from anything that is not pleasing to God and make a U-turn to Christ by giving him your life and making him your Lord and personal Savior. Okay, so thank you once again for watching. See you next time.